itself. Some of you know, if you have questions at all, please feel free on the operation or maintenance or anything like that.
I'm Tim with Premier, Wisconsin. I work on the public store here in the area. Machine that we've got here is the CTX 100, 40 horsepower Kohler diesel. This machine shown with the 9-inch wide tracks has a 7-inch track option as well. Little track gets you inside of gates if need be. The hydraulic flow of this machine is 15.5 gallons per minute on the high side, 8.1 gallons per minute on the low side, with a lift capacity of 1,050 pounds at the pin height at 89 inches, 3,000 pound tipping load on that machine. This one weighing in at 3,400 pounds plus attachments. We also have a handful of other models as well, different horsepower, different weight class as well, but this one's paired up nicely with the attachment here today.
All right, thanks, Jim.
Appreciate it.
All right, about the attachment itself. Right now, it's in an operable position, meaning this arm right here is elevated to assist you in your height when you're going to set. So you could set components like this wall block about 3'8". Say you have a pillar cap, a heavier 28-inch pillar cap. It's way in. Usually, sometimes with 4 guys on the corners, it's a tough install as far as fingers go. Trust me. But this thing, you can elevate the mast up, basically, elevate your boom, and be able to let one guy have set pillar caps, all right? So it's got some versatility to it, too. There's some things, some of the heads that we didn't bring, swivel heads, all right? Say natural stone. I don't know how many of you guys up here in Wisconsin are doing natural stone installs, but when you have thickness variation, all right, you set that piece of flag into place. You're either too high, too low. Easy to pull that right back out, readjust your material underneath that, all right? What it won't do is pick up any bell guard material, and it drops Teco material too. Don't know why, but anyways, it's got some great diversity, all right, to assist you guys on your installs. Truly it does. We played around with it too. Recognize damage and stuff like that on that product. So the ability to kind of pull some of the larger material out, all right? As long as you haven't obviously plated and sanded it yet, you have that opportunity to make sure you tweak everything in. This is a great tool to be able to do that, all right? Range of motion, again, I can take this mast comes all the way back into that point right there, all right? And it'll cover an area out to you. So nice range of motion, again, for being able to set material from the pick, that pallet point, to that installation point. A few other things that I like, I mean, beacon flag, if you guys do driveways at all, this 8 centimeters is a great one to be able to do that too, all right? Picking this up at, what, 92 pounds on the larger wreck, that makes for a long day, all right? But all my lifting is done here basically with the 2 fingers, all right? This is my control valve to be able to lift and then release as well, all right? So there's no kind of back movement as far as lifting pressure goes at all. There's an extension pipe here that's 10 inches that comes with the machine itself. So basically you're going to notice it all kind of comes down to about this point here to have that be released. Some guys have asked about a longer pipe so that they don't have to bend down at all. But the problem with that is if you go to a new pallet, you got to pick that, all right, you're up at about this height. That's a little awkward with a longer pipe extension, all right? So this is kind of a compromise between those first layer off of the pallet to that point of installation. Maintenance here, this is that filtration pump. Say it sucks up, this is again a large Dyson. If it sucks up larger aggregate, if it sucks up any kind of moisture, that heavier component is contained in here. You would pull this cover off, rotate that around, and have the ability to clean out that moisture or larger aggregate. Also contained in here is like an air filter for a car. That'll contain all of the fine particulates just to protect the integrity of the vacuum pump here. One thing to notice here, there's a plumb bob on this opposite side. It basically, think about if you pick up, and you're on a slope, angle it all, pick up that material here, especially larger blocks. So we want to So your machine, your tip is going to give you forward and back, but left and right, that's done right here on this hydraulic pump. I'll kind of duck under. So this will adjust the mast left and right. So right now I'm able to kind of pull that back in that far point. You can kind of see already how the mast is starting to rotate in that direction. All right, simple lever over here brings us back. Too far? Yep. Too far. All right. So back. Those picky.
Close enough.
All right. And this is more critical when you're lifting heavier block. I'll be honest, with the random format 6 centimeter, it's not a real heavy pick, all right? So it'll accept a little bit, but you'll notice the pull one way or the other on that if you're truly out of range, all right? Questions before we fire it up, then it'll be hard to kind of talk. The orange foam, that's the wear item. Typically on the demo unit that we've got, we'll get about 2 years out of it. What you don't want to have is an operator that comes in, kind of sits here and then moves it a little bit this way and that, kind of wears that foam out. So maintaining this, the integrity of that orange component here is important. Our local reps can get you replacement information on replacement foam, as well as the rubber, that dark rubber gasket here too. So like this orange foam would be about $15, but with the rubber attached to it, more like about $100 to replace. All right. There's some videos on how to do that too. Just replace the orange. You're going to sand off any older orange, all right, on the old head, and then just contact cement is going to put you back in play. So you don't wear the black rubber, you wear more here on the orange foam. That being said, any other questions? suction pressure, all right? So not drop anything. As long as you get that suction, that pressure, and engaged, basically, you get that lift, you've got it, all right?